Every day, something new comes up about the Russia-Ukraine crisis. While one of the deadliest wars of the 21st century is going on, the global news coverage airs updated advancements about the same every few hours. The financial markets worldwide are constantly plunging, recovering, and to say, dancing to the tune of geopolitical movements. Amid all the crisis, are you wondering how the financial markets of the US have performed so far? Continue watching this video. नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर एपिसोड ऑफ स्टॉकल। आज के इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे हाउ द स्टॉक मार्केट्स आर रैटल्ड बाय द वॉर बिटवीन यूक्रेन एंड रशिया। लेकिन उससे पहले अगर आपको हमारे ये वीडियोस पसंद आते हैं तो प्लीज लाइक और शेयर करें और ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टिंग के बारे में लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स जानने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे चैनल को। यू कैन क्लिक ऑन द बेल आइकन टू नेवर मिस एन अपडेट फ्रॉम स्टॉकल। दोस्तों, 24 February 2022 was day one when Russia invaded Ukraine in the early hours, sending jitters around the world. The Moscow Stock Exchange (MOEX) plunged as much as 45% before it recovered and closed down 33% on February 24th. Along with all the global markets, the Dow Futures had tumbled and opened over 1,000 points low. But it quickly started to recover from that very moment. So did the Nasdaq and S&P 500. Nasdaq was the first to come back into green territory, followed by S&P 500, and then Dow Jones followed too. Ultimately, all three benchmark indices of the US ended with gains after a major gap down opening. With over 3 to 5% gains, the US markets have staged a spectacular recovery from the lows. The week ended with net gains. However, it has become very volatile ever since the geopolitical tensions started to spiral between the two countries. Although such a quick recovery was a surprise to many, recently the stock markets have had many reasons to react to, such as 40-year high inflation, Fed Reserve's hawkish stance, and of course, the widespread virus. To top that off, these conflicts happened. Talking about oil, on the day when Russia invaded Ukraine, the prices skyrocketed. For the first time since 2014, it crossed the $100 mark. Now, the price of crude oil, trading between $95 to $99 per barrel, seems like a new normal. दोस्तों, इसका कारण है कि Russia is a significant oil supplier, producing over 10 million barrels per day, meeting 11% of the world's requirements. US WTI crude has also breached the $100 mark and is now trading between $91 to $97 per barrel. The White House has warned US citizens about rising fuel prices. Coming to the day two of the crisis, the benchmark indices S&P 500, Nasdaq and Dow Jones opened higher and ended with more gains as President Biden and the White House was seen imposing some sanctions on Russia. Investors were seen hunting for safe haven options to infuse their funds. Commodities like gold seemed like a preferred choice for many investors as their prices shot up. The gold hit a high of $1,972 per ounce and stabilized near $1,900 per ounce. Over the weekend, the stock markets remained closed, and indeed, the Russia-Ukraine updates kept coming in. Russia threatened to launch a nuke attack on Ukraine, to which the latter raised its hand for negotiation. While the talks went on, the US indices opened lower on Monday but staged a recovery during the trading session. Since the US and other allies imposed sanctions against Russia, this is likely to have an impact on trade and commerce. As a part of the sanction, Russian banks were removed from the SWIFT system that allows international fund transfers. Also, the Russian central bank has been prevented from using its international reserves. As a consequence, the Russian currency ruble plunged over 25% on Monday, taking the US dollar to the ruble currency pair to trade above $100 per ruble. With all the sanctions, the Russian economy will come under pressure, and so will all the US companies that are commercially associated with Russia. Currently, investors are finding a safe haven in gold and other commodities as it ideally works as a hedge against equity markets. Apart from that, the energy sector is likely to remain strong amidst the crisis since it is supported by the rising crude oil prices. Since Russia's supply is temporarily affected, the demand for US WTI crude sees increasing demand, which is taking the prices higher. Energy stocks like Chevron Corp, Chenery Energy, and ExxonMobil Corp can benefit from this. So as an investor, what are you supposed to do? Well, while taking a cautious stance, you can invest in blue chip or index stocks since benchmark indices like the S&P 500 and Nasdaq portray strength with quick recovery. Apart from that, as we discussed, you can keep the energy sector stocks under your radar. You must also remember that sooner or later, when the geopolitical clashes settle down, the stock markets align with the economic factors. As long as the economic factors cooperate and remain strong, the blue chip companies with good fundamentals will continue to recover quickly. With that, we come to the end of today's session. Hopefully, the talks between Russia and Ukraine conclude on a positive note without any major global economic as well as physical damage. Do let us know in the comment section what are your thoughts about investing in such volatile markets. To get notified about our next video, subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell. Also, to invest in the global markets, download the Stockal app from iOS App Store or the Google Play Store. We will be back with another interesting topic very soon. Until then, take care and pray for world peace.